Well, good morning. It's kind of nice to be out here in the shade. Feels good. I'm standing here with some heroes and folks from our Albuquerque Fire Department, including Chief Downey and a couple of commanders and deputy chiefs and the men and women of the Albuquerque Fire Department that go out every day and keep us safe. And they're doing great work. And as my term comes towards an end, it's just always fun to be able to say thank you to these men and women who go out there every day and do such great work. So thank you for what you're doing. One of the other great things you get to do as a mayor is you get to try to help them as best you can alongside the taxpayers do their work. And we're standing here in front of a couple of pieces of equipment. I would venture to guess that we probably purchased one or both of these with some help from our state legislators. We purchased these with help of the taxpayers, and we want to make sure that our men and women have good equipment. That means firehouses as well. So we've been able to, in the last 6 or 7 years, build 2 new fire stations. We have a new Station 2 and a new Station 7. If you turn around, which I'm not asking you to do right now, you're going to see Station 9. Station 9 was built in 1954, and it's been a good firehouse, and it's time to upgrade for the men and women of the Albuquerque Fire Department. And that's why we're here today. We're here to talk about this new fire station. So we've been able to replace about 2/3 of our fleet. So if you go out and you see the fire apparatus out in the community, about 2/3 of those pieces of equipment have been retired with new pieces brought in over the last 7 years. And of course, the 2 new fire stations. We also have new Rescue 8 units, and we have a new Rescue 2, and I think Rescue 4 coming on board here pretty quick. So we're trying to make sure that our advanced life support is better and better every day as well. So District 7 Station 9 will be a 2-unit fire station which will serve this Mid-Heights region of the city of Albuquerque, replacing Station 9 that was built in 1954. So the city that we acquired, I asked my staff, I said, where are we going to go today for the press conference? He said, next to the Breaking Bad car wash. So here we are next to the car wash. But the city acquired this land earlier this year for about $730,000. Through the RFP process, a competitive bid, a selection advisory committee selected Vigil and Associates, a local architectural engineering firm, to design and construct a new station. It'll be 9,000 square feet. It will include traffic engineering, design, construction administration, all the right-of-way work that you see out here on the road. But the 9,000 square foot design will really be a state-of-the-art facility. The first half of the construction funds were actually approved by the voters of the city of Albuquerque back on the 2015 bond cycle. So you will have a chance to vote on the second half of the funding for Station 9 when you go out to vote here in the fall. If the vote passes, construction will begin in 2018. Once completed, it'll be a $3.5 million new fire station, and it will be equipped with EMS providers, firefighters, and of course apparatus. And they're talking about maybe even bringing a ladder truck up to this area of the city. So all things considered, it's good for the men and women of AFD that we've got this land purchased. We've got an architect under contract. We'll show you some renderings. It might not quite be while I'm the mayor. It might be right into the new mayoral administration. But hopefully we'll be out here cutting a ribbon on a new fire station next year. With that, I'm going to bring up Chief Downey to give you a few words about what's happening here with this station and around the city. And I want to thank him for his service. I've enjoyed working side by side with Chief Downey. He's been a great chief. And so Chief, why don't you come on?
Thank you, Mayor. Yep, much like the mayor mentioned, the current Station 9 was built in 1954, and it's about 2,200 square feet. The modern day fire station requires much more in terms of size and amenities. The new station will be between 9,000 and 10,000 square feet, which is really the standard we expect to provide the modern living environment and station environment that the firefighters need. Back in 1954, this was the eastern edge of the city, and it was sort of a small, quaint firehouse on the east side of town. It's one of the busier fire stations now in the middle of the town. We've simply outgrown it. Back in the 50s, it opened with 1 truck. We've had 2 trucks in the station now with no expansion in square footage for the last 15 years. So we've simply outgrown the station, and it's time to get a new facility. This is the best strategic location in the Heights we could find. It's great that it's right across the street, so it won't change anything in terms of response times or expectations from the community. It's right across the street. So we're excited. Want to thank the mayor for his support with the project, and the voters and the taxpayers for their continued support of the fire department. We're hoping to start construction, if everything goes right with the GO bond here in October. We're hoping to start construction in early 2018.